This is Kevin Ross again with Alternative Options for Elderly Care. It's a placement service right here in Vancouver, Washington. The marketing guru that I talked to the other day was suggesting to make some podcasts, so I'm making a series right now. I figured I'd start with who am I? What makes me so special, other than me? So I wanted to explain some of my history and why I think that's to your advantage. I got out of the Navy. I was first class, so E6, navigation, has nothing to do with placement other than the fact that E6 is fairly high up in the game. Went into the reserves where I picked up my anchors and became a chief quartermaster. There's only 2 pay grades higher I could have gone. So that shows your responsibility and management skills. From there, we opened up our adult family home. Ran it for 17 years. That's a long run in the industry. Typically, adult family homes, if they make it past 5 years, that's amazing. In 2005, we decided to get out, and so I went into mortgage, and I did that for a couple of years until 2008, when the bottom of the market fell out and everybody lost their shirt and everything else in the market crashed. When I returned, and that's when I returned back to the long-term care industry. This time I wanted to do something a little bit different. I'd done adult family homes for 17 years. That was interesting, but I wanted to do something different. So for the next 9 years, I managed 4 different assisted livings in the Portland, Vancouver area. One in Tigard, Camas, Vancouver, and Battleground. I had a great time. Learned a lot from those companies. I had a great time. While I ran the adult family home back in the 90s, I also did a placement service for about 10 years. Also at the same time frame, I helped to start the local adult family home association. At the time, there was probably 150 adult family homes. Soon found out that there's other associations, other groups around the state that are also young and starting out and wanting to band together as a group, not only for our benefit, but for that of the residents. And so we found out that there was a lot of these groups, 13 or 14 of them around the state. So collectively, we all came together and joined and started up what we call the Washington State Residential Care Council. That council, we referred to ourselves as the council, kind of oversaw the local chapters, Clark County Adult Family Home Association, which I helped start and run for 10 years. So as the council, we would go to Olympia and fight for the rights of the residents and the adult family homes. So I've got a total of about 30 years in the long-term care industry in one form or another. Adult family homes, placement, assisted living, and now back again, I run another adult family home right here in town, Riverview Senior Living. Up until about 2012, I was grandfathered in and I could do assessments just like a registered nurse does today. But in 2012, the legislation decided, Washington State, decided to have the terminology assessment to be assigned only to registered nurses, doctors, and people higher than a registered nurse, essentially. So I'm not a registered nurse. Same assessment that a registered nurse does, I can do and did for many, many years. So I can't use the terminology assessment. I can certainly call it an evaluation. So I can evaluate a resident and their care needs fairly quickly and to determine what they need. I've seen a lot of different ailments from Alzheimer's to Parkinson's to you name it. I've seen it over the last 30 years. I can tell you about how long each of those processes should take before the resident deceases. So based on all that knowledge, and now my son, my business partner with Alternative Options, and I opened the placement service again about 1.5 years ago. I can use all those skills, all that knowledge, all that understanding to help you, the consumer, to find the best community for your loved one. So what's available? There's independent living. The continuum of care, I would say, starts in your own home. Maybe from there you go to an independent living, to assisted living, and then the road kind of forks. You could either go to a memory care if that's what's needed, or to an adult family home. I've been in almost all of those in Clark County. The larger communities, the independents and the assisted, I've been in every single one of them. I could tell you about them. They're really good communities, so there's lots of them. There's about 30 plus or minus in the Clark County area. For adult family homes, there's about 350. So how do you narrow that search down? I've got ways. I can use those skills, the understanding. I can help keep the resident in their own home through referring you to an in-home service. I can help you find the next portion of the continuum of care wherever your resident needs to go. I can help you get there. I can narrow that search down drastically. 350 plus another 30, there's 380, 400 places. I can narrow that search down drastically, and based on the care needs, the disease process. I don't want to have the resident move and in a year from now move again and again and again. I help to put into law what's called age in place through the council, through the local chapters. We went up to Olympia and helped put that into law so that placement services could not place a person and then get a payday and move them again, get another payday, and keep that cycle up. Other government agencies were doing the same thing. And it's harsh on the seniors. It's very harsh to be moving. It's harsh for anybody to move. It's especially harsh for the seniors to be packed up and moved every few months. Yet I've seen it. Not as much in recent times as I've seen in the past. And a lot of that is because of the work through the council and the local chapters. And again, I can help you find the right resources. There's a lot of them out there. I've been in touch with hundreds of them, not just adult family homes or larger communities like assisted livings, but I can help get VA benefits. It's very important. That helps spread your money a little bit further. I can help in so many ways. So that's what I do. That's what I bring to the table to help you find a place for your loved one. So if you're interested in learning more, give me a call. This is Kevin Ross with Alternative Options for Elderly Care. It's a placement service right here in Vancouver. I know the communities. I know what's available. I can narrow that search. You can also find us on the web, alt-optns.com. Or give me a call or a text at 360-213-9167. I'd sure love to help you find a place for your loved one, including staying in their own home. Give me a call.